So, you've survived something immense, something life-altering. But now, why does your own home, the one place that's supposed to be your sanctuary, feel more like a prison? If that hits home for you, I want you to know you're not alone. And more importantly, there is a way out. Let's walk that path together. It's a crazy irony, isn't it? You made it through the impossible, and you'd think the whole world would open up. But instead, the biggest challenge you face every single day is just your own front door. This quote just nails that feeling perfectly.
Okay, and this right here, this is the first and maybe the most crucial thing we have to get straight. If leaving the house feels terrifying, it has absolutely nothing to do with you being lazy or antisocial. It's not a character flaw. It is a deep, biological, and totally understandable reaction to what you've endured. It's a trauma response, plain and simple.
So let's dig into the why behind this. How does a house, just four walls and a roof, become the only place in the entire world that feels safe? Well, it's about so much more than just a locked door.
This really breaks down that split that happens in your mind. After you've been through chaos, your nervous system is screaming for stability. Inside your home, you have that. It's predictable, you're in control, it's a sanctuary. But the outside world, it can feel like an absolute minefield of risk, chaos, and threat. Your home becomes the one and only place your entire body can finally, just breathe.
Now, this experience is often tied to agoraphobia, but there's a huge misconception about what that really means. It's not just about a fear of big, open spaces. At its heart, it's the fear of being trapped, of feeling helpless, of not being able to get help if a wave of panic hits. And when your brain is on constant high alert for danger, everywhere can start to feel like a trap. Okay, now let's get into the science of it, because this isn't just a feeling, and it's not just in your head. It is a physical, chemical process. It's actually a brilliant protective mechanism that's hardwired into your brain to keep you alive.
All right, so here's the chain reaction that happens the second you even think about leaving the house. First, your amygdala. Think of it as your brain's smoke detector. It just starts screaming, "Danger!" That immediately triggers a flood of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to get you ready to fight or run. And here's the real kicker. Your prefrontal cortex, the logical, rational part of your brain, basically goes offline. You are literally, physically in survival mode.
So let's just pause for a second and make this crystal clear. This whole reaction, as awful as it feels, isn't weakness. It is proof that your mind and body did exactly what they had to do to get you through something terrible. It's a testament to your power. Understanding why this is happening is a huge piece of the puzzle. But it is not where the story ends, not even close. So now we're going to shift gears from understanding the problem to talking about the solution. Because you do not have to live this way forever. There's a clear, well-researched path to getting your freedom back. And this is the million-dollar question, right? It feels like this impossible conflict. Your mind wants to live your life, but your body's survival system is slamming on the brakes. Well, the answer isn't about fighting your body. It's about gently retraining it. And the gold standard for doing that is something called exposure therapy. And let me be really clear, this is not about throwing yourself into terrifying situations and just hoping for the best. It's the exact opposite. It's a slow, gradual, systematic process of teaching your brain through new experiences that you can handle these moments and that the world isn't as dangerous as your fear system currently believes. The entire goal here is to gently push the edges of your comfort zone, what therapists call your window of tolerance. You're not trying to hit a 10 out of 10 on the fear scale. The idea is to feel a little bit of anxiety, maybe a 6 or a 7, and stay with it just long enough for it to start coming down on its own. That's what proves to your nervous system, hey, look at that, we handled it, we're okay. Okay, theory is one thing, but let's get practical. What does this actually look like in real life? How do you even start? This part is all about giving you an actionable toolkit you can use. You can think of this as building an exposure ladder. First, you pick a goal. What do you want to get back? Why does it matter to you? Having that why is your fuel. Then you brainstorm every tiny little step to get there, and you rank them from 1, super easy, to 10, the final goal. And here's the most important rule. You start at the very bottom with step 1. It's doing these small steps over and over that actually rewires your brain. So what does a step 1 look like? Well, it can be, and probably should be, comically small. And that's the whole point. Success here is about building momentum with tiny wins. It could literally be just looking at pictures of a grocery store on your phone, or watching a YouTube video of someone walking through a park, or just walking to the end of your driveway and coming right back.
These tiny wins build confidence and prove to you that you can do this. All right, we're nearing the end, but this last part, it might be the most critical piece of this entire puzzle. Because reclaiming your freedom on the outside has to start with rewriting the story you're telling yourself on the inside.
So let's try a reframe. The old story, the one that probably plays on a loop in your head, might be, I am lazy or I'm just antisocial. The new truth is, my mind is doing its job. It is protecting me. That's not an excuse, it's a biological fact. And that simple shift is the foundation for compassion. And this one? This might be the biggest shift of all. The old story says, I am broken. It's so heavy and it feels so true sometimes. But the real truth? You are not broken. You are a survivor. The very reactions that are causing you so much pain are the proof of the incredible strength it took for you to get to today.
This really says it all. Avoidance feels like a solution in the moment, but in the long run, it just feeds the fear and makes your world smaller and smaller. The path to freedom is about deciding that your life is worth fighting for, and then taking back that territory, one tiny step at a time.
And I want to leave you with this final thought. That powerful, hypervigilant survival system inside of you, the one that right now feels like it's built a prison around you, is evidence of your unbelievable strength. It's the force that got you through. And that very same power, that's the power that is going to set you free.